Hey there, everybody. Welcome in the kitchen with Tally Faye. Man, the dog days of summer are here now, ain't they? They sure are in Texas. I'm going to tell you that. We'll be staying inside during the heat of the day. It's just too hot to do anything out there. You're either out in the morning time early or out in the evening time. But midday, if you can help it, you don't get out there, right? No, that's what we've been doing around here, so... Anyway, I'm in here, and that's another thing. It's been hard to try to find things to eat, that it's just so hot. And, we've been eating a lot of light foods and stuff and everything, but every now and then you got to have some meat. You got to have some kind of meat dish going on and stuff, but still not so heavy or whatever. And we're going to work on that tonight, but first thing I'm going to do is make us a little dessert in here. And this is one of those easiest things you can do, y'all, it's easy, it don't cost a lot or nothing, and it's one everybody knows about, and it's that little Sopapilla cake, alright? You make it with the crescent rolls and the cream cheese and the sugar. Well, you have everything. Main thing you gotta do is make sure you get you a can of crescent rolls, right, and that you have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Otherwise, you have everything: sugar, vanilla, butter, and cinnamon. That's what you gotta have to make this with. Now, I am making a half recipe for Buzz and I, because we don't need a 9x13 dish of this. So the regular recipe calls for 2 cans of crescent rolls and 2 blocks of cream cheese, and on, right? So the recipe that I'm giving y'all, I'm gonna make it in just this little 9-inch pie dish, because I'm gonna use 1 can of crescent rolls and split this in half for the bottom and for the top, right? So we're gonna get started on this thing. First thing you do is get your little can of just the plain crescent rolls. Don't make sure you don't get one that said garlic or something on there by accident. I've done that before. So it's the little 8-roll pack is this one. And you go ahead and you just spray your dish. I'm gonna spray it. Oh, and I have my oven preheated at 350, okay? It's preheating now at 350. So we're going to take this. This is always the fun part, right? Getting these things open. There it is. See if I cooperate. Alright. Now I got to split this thing in half. Alright, see if I can find the end of it here. Y'all see what I'm doing? Alright. There we go. So I'm going to take half this little sheet here. I'm going to take it and press it out in this pan. Let me get this part of it over here out of the way. I'm going to lay it over here. Now I'm going to take it and just press it out in here. It ain't got to be all perfect or nothing. I ain't even going to try to bring it all the way up the edges or nothing, but just try to pinch your little edges together in there, your little perforation areas somewhat. See, really and truly, that's about all I'm going to do to it, like that, right? That gives me a bottom, okay? So there's my bottom to it. Set that out of the way. And then I have over here in my mixing bowl, let me turn it up like that. There we go. Let's see. I have in my mixing bowl, I've already got it in here, y'all, 1 block of cream cheese. And I already started, you get it room temperature, so I started beating it around, letting it get soft and stuff. And I'm going to add to that a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, okay? Put me a 1/2 cup of sugar in there, and I'm going to have, excuse me, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Go ahead and add that. I mean, that's just a dash, right? But we'll put it in there. Dang it. I always get a tickle in my throat when I go to talking to y'all. Okay. There's our sugar, our vanilla, and our cream cheese. Now we're going to beat that together. I'm going to let that get beat up and fluffy. Alright, it's all good and creamy in there now. just take it. Y'all, this is the perfect size for Buzz and I. We don't need one of them big old 9 by 13 pans of it, right? And this is one of the easiest, quickest things you can make. If you got your little can of crescent rolls and a block of cream cheese, you got it made. And it's a great dessert as well. To me it is. It's a good dessert, and it's a good one to have for company. And you need to make a quick one that really tastes good. And you can put fruit on the top of it and all that kind of stuff because it's a cream cheese thing, right, going on. Okay, I've got my little dish here. I'm going to go ahead and take my filling now and spread it in here on top of my little bottom layer of dough. Y'all know that filling's good like that with that cream cheese and sugar in it. Okay, take it and just spread it out in here. Just like that, okay. All right, there goes my oven dilly maflotcher saying it's ready. All right, so now that's spread out on top of it. Now we're going to take that second half of that dough and try to spread it around on here. You know, this is kind of hard to handle, so I'm just going to take this and see what I can do with it. Maybe something more like this, because I'm just not going to be able to. Oh, I think I can work it better like that. Looky there. I'm going to do that and that, and see, and that'll leave me a little, see the little crack right there in the middle? Rather than me trying to pinch this whole thing together. I think that's going to work out for me better. Looky there. I'm going to do it just like that, y'all. Okay? Now, I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter in my little bowl here. You take that and you just pour it. Let me stir this up a little bit. I may do better trying to do it kind of like that. See if I can get it on there a little more evenly. There we go. Spread some of it with the back of my spoon. I want it all over it. Do it like that, okay? Now, the last thing I've got is I have 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar here, okay? And I'm going to take me a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm even going to go a little lighter on it because Buzz ain't crazy on the cinnamon thing, right? So, but it calls for, it would be a half a teaspoon normally, but I'll go light on it and make it just a little bit lighter than that, okay? So it'll have a hint of cinnamon, but not too heavy for us. But there's 1/4 cup of sugar there and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, okay? Now you take it and you just go all over the top of it. Get it all on the top. That's going to make it good and crusty on the top with that sugar. candied kind of like. Alright, there we go, y'all. Now, I'm going to take it, put it in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. And that's what we do for this little, let me get my camera thing there. There we go. For this little Sopapilla cake. So, I'm going to put it in the oven and let her bake. And I'll show it to you after a while when we get through with the finished product. That easy, y'all. It's worthy. It's that good and that easy. And cost effective. Y'all, I forgot to show you the end of this video, but we done got into it now. Look, that's what it looks like after it's done in there. See, look, I got me some on this plate here I was going to show you. Look at it. See, it cuts like that, and it's got the filling in there and everything. Let me bite it. It's good, y'all. I don't know why I keep thinking it'd be good with some fruit on top of it after it sets like this, but it's got that good cream cheesy filling in there. It's some good stuff. I really do like this. I think you could do all kind of things with it, y'all. As far as, hear that top? Oh, where's that? Look at that. I'm telling y'all, that is some good stuff there. You can see it inside there, look. There's your cream cheese filling. And all your little crust on it. And I did cook this for 30 minutes. I checked it at 25. And I just wanted to make sure that it was absolutely done on the bottom, that the bottom crust was done good. So, 30 minutes worked. That's some good stuff, y'all. You ought to try it if you hadn't tried it already. And like I say, a lot of people know about it anyway, but if you had never made one, you ought to give it a try and see how easy it is and how good it could be, especially, I think, with some kind of fruit stuff on the top of it. I like it just like it is, but it would be really good with some fruit on it. Y'all have a good one. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time in the kitchen with Tally Faye.